now I want to hear about Professor Whipple.
The first thing you have to know about Whipple is that he's got a bone named after him. It's called Whipplesaurus,
Okay.
which evidently he's the discoverer of.
So is he an archaeology professor or anthropology? What did he teach?
It would be anthropology.
All right.
And he had an office on the third floor of, I'm not sure which building. It's the first building on the left when you hit the campus. And in those days, I'm sure today also, big flights, there were big high 12-foot ceilings, and you had 13, 14 up the stairs. And then you go to the next flight, there'd be another 13 stairs, and then one more with 13 stairs. So you're talking about 40 stairs with an areaway that's, I don't know, 3 feet between the hall and the stairway.
Yeah.
So you had a 3-foot drop wide for 40 or 50 feet.
Yeah.
And Whipple was a little irreverent. First of all, he used to insist, if you take an anthropology, that you would set up a pegboard, not a pegboard, it's that, I forget what they call it, that white thick sheet.
Oak tag?
Oak tag.
Yeah.
You set up a 3x3 oak tag of anthropological history. The little things that crawl out, and the next things that grow from that, and then finally you get the humanoids and big.
Every student had to do that.
Yeah, you'd
Yeah.
make a big oak tag thing. You'd work hours and hours and hours on it, and segment it, and get the details on each period that you had to illustrate and write about and everything else like that. And you had to deliver it to his office at a certain time.
All right.
I mean, this is a project.
Yeah.
And it was a very good one because it sort of forced you to learn without him standing up in front of the
Yeah.
class. And he'd go through each period, but briefly, and you would have to research the whole thing. So we all come in 1 month. He gave us a month to do this, 6 weeks, I don't remember. You had to deliver him and slip him under his office door, which had a space between.
Okay.
No saddle there. So that's what we all did. 30 students, 35 students. Pushed these old tags into his office. And things go by. Time goes by. No word or anything, tests, we get tests and all this. And then one day, the oak tags are returned to us in this footprint all over. He never picked them up. And the kids that were looking to get high grades, valedictorians, were distressed. Because they didn't know what the hell this guy was going to do.
Well, talk about how he graded papers.
He threw them down from the top floor, and what landed on the bottom got an A. If it landed on the second floor, it got a B. If it landed up on the top floor, and if it got stuck somewhere, he wouldn't fail you. But it got a D. I mean, again, he was really a sensation. But the thing is, you learned. Somehow or another, you ended up absorbing some of that anthropology that he was trying to teach.
Well, talk about how he wrote on the blackboard.
Oh, yeah. He would lecture. He'd have chalk in his hand. Every time he got an idea, he'd turn around on the blackboard, and he'd write the idea on the blackboard, but maybe one word or two words or something, just as sort of a reference to what he was talking about. But when he ran out of blackboard, there were two doors on either side of the blackboard, entrance to the room, and they all had green shades on them. And so if he'd run out of blackboard, he'd pull down a green shade and take the chalk. He used to continue writing on it, and then he pulled down the other shade because he used the one shade and he'd do the other. And of course, the next 2 days when we come in, the shades were cleaned. And they were good, great guys. They really were. They were a little crazy, but they were great.
No, you gotta talk about how he timed tests, Professor Whipple.
That's another thing. He used to time a test because he was a good jig dancer. And he'd say, okay, we gotta start your test now, and we'll time it. And he'd put his finger on his head and start doing a jig up in the front of the class. And so when he was doing this, you get
Wait,
5 minutes there.
You gotta just stop.